Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Chase GovCon. This is a new developing channel. This is all new for us. And let me go ahead and introduce who we have in the building. We have Tiffany Griffith in the building. We have Kenneth Scott in the building, and of course, myself, Shakara Bailey. And this channel is created for the purposes of chasing the government contract. This channel is for those who are new to government contracting, those who may own their own business or looking to start one, and looking to get into the government space. So if this is what you're looking for, go ahead and stay tuned. We're going to talk a little bit about the hurdles that we've come into contact with while creating our business. We're going to talk about the motivation behind it. And we're also going to talk about some goals and goals that we have to get to the next level. This is also a support channel. So if you have taken classes, we're not here to teach you. We're definitely not here to teach you. We're here to learn from each other. And so if you've taken classes, but you just need a group of people to talk to, you're in the right place. You need a place to come so you can gather your thoughts, a little motivation. This is the right place. So, Tiffany, go ahead and discuss what your goals are for your GovCon business.
Okay, awesome. I definitely will. So, hello everyone. As Shakara said, definitely new to government contracting. I know zero, but I've been going through certain processes, and um, once you've gone through certain things, you're able to establish what you actually want from this government contracting opportunity, right? And so for me, I wanna be the prime. That's the goal. That's the goal. To be the prime and possibly be a subcontract, a sub, or even a middleman. But majority of it is going to be for me to be a prime, because I went and made certain investments, and now it's like, here goes the opportunity. Let me take advantage of it. I do feel that there are times where, both or either, no matter which direction we go in, can be very beneficial. Um, I don't, I don't know what's ahead for this government contracting life, right? But I know that uh, endless possibilities, right? Endless possibilities. And because there's endless possibilities, and I do know that the government pays, that's just the goal. The goal is to find another way to generate some additional income that will change my life and change my family's life. So that is the goal. Kenneth, what would the goal for getting into government contracting be for you?
To learn as much as I can on the processes and getting the context of a win-win situation for them and for me.
For sure. I mean, that ultimately makes sense. So, we're saying that we're very new. We don't, we're not trying to advise, but we do know that there's a way to get the bag. There's a way to get the bag. So, what Kenneth is trying to say is he's like, he wants to also be a prime, and possibly go ahead and be a sub as well. But his goal is to be a prime, so that he can get the bag.
So exactly, the bag's important.
The bag is important.
I agree with that.
Chicago, what are your goals for government contracting?
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so pumped. My goal is of course, I've had businesses before, but I'm treating this one a little bit differently on my approach. No time for the negativity and the confusion with so many different resources because it could be overwhelming. But my goal is to hone in on helping small businesses um, create a space for government contracting. So many small business want to get into the arena, and I feel like I have enough knowledge to help them get there. And it'll help us all get to the bag. So that's how I'm framing my businesses, more so as an agency that connects two businesses together to make money together as a whole.
Awesome. Absolutely. Because if we're not doing it together, what are we doing? We can't live in this world on our own. We can't be by ourselves. That's just not the way it works. I used to be very I used to be in my little box, staying to myself, with myself at all times. And I've just learned that the more I began to network and the more I began to meet, network, right? I learned so much and I began to grow. And that's really how I got to this space, really, just networking. So I definitely understand. Can't wait to see how you can help me partner with someone in Michigan so we can get the bag.
Where is everyone from? I'm living in Michigan right now.
I'm in Virginia.
And I'm in Virginia.
So Kenneth and I are in Virginia.
Okay, woo woo for Virginia. I was there. It is a place that is dear and near to me, and I can't wait to get back down that way.
Yes, please. Let's come in and see what Virginia has to offer for the Baileys.
So, what's funny is we really just started this. We haven't really been focusing much on it over the last month. Um, Tiffany has an established business already. Kenta, do you
Not,
for your GovCon?
So yes,
yeah, okay.
so Kenneth and I have a prior relationship, right? So he's a client of mine. I do taxes and all that other stuff. We could talk about that, but he has a retail business,
Okay.
and you
So
want
I'm
to
looking,
elaborate?
so I'm trying to expand on my business license and or my business side of it as well. Because of course, in the market that you're in, you're always wanting to look for new opportunities and expose yourself to further growth, and especially in this market that we're in right now. So uh, when it was presented to me about this, well, hey, as a business owner, if there's a way to expand and increase my opportunities for sales and for growth, let's jump on. So I said yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So with that being said, what are some hurdles that you've, or not necessarily hurdles, but some discoveries that you've had to make in order to move to the next step in setting up this business?
Well, my existing business, I mean, I've had and I've got 8 to 10 years of retail business already history. So at that point, how can I expand it? And sometimes having retail space, you've got the limitations of space, you've got the limitation of whether or not you own the business or not, your storage area, you've got the limitation of trying to find quality employees that you could trust and is dependable, especially in today's world. And then just the overhead costs can be quite large as well. Again, I think this opportunity can reduce potentially the expenses, overhead expenses, and if I'm not working and trying to expand on the government side contract, then that's my fault. So the opportunities are endless. I just needed to make sure I take the time and explore and get it done and fill the bag.
Exactly. And I think the benefit to you, like you said, there is a lot of overhead costs. And when you start supplementing some of that with government contracts, you're then able to reduce some of that. And for example, subcontracting, they tend to take the bulk of the cost, and that's a relief
Right.
across the board.
But then you still get something,
Yeah.
and that something can be a lot.
Yeah.
It can be a lot, especially if you're doing it on a level where there's 15 small pieces of something that turns into a bulk.
Yeah. And Tiffany, what are some of your hurdles right now?
Ah, the information. Um, the overload of information, that's one, right? Because everyone's talking about something, right? There's a lot of different resources. So the overload of information, the inaccurate information, that's two. Um, and the money that I've already invested in it, you know? Um, yeah, I've already invested money into it. I've invested time and when you're getting into something new, you make a bunch of mistakes because you're human, right? You make a bunch of mistakes. You're able to learn from it, but it's a bunch of mistakes, and the mistakes you can't get back. You can write off some of those mistakes, but you still can't get, everything back. And I think that's the biggest hurdle. Um, yeah, that's the biggest hurdle.
And let's talk about something specific. Let's talk about how you're chasing that GovCon contract. Speak to us about what you have in the funnel, some of the challenges you're running into with that specific opportunity.
Okay.
Talk a little bit more about that.
So, I prior to this channel, I developed a team, and with developing that team, we went after government contracts. What I learned was, um, you can get government contracts or you can start bidding for them. But there's always one part that makes it challenging to bring it, to a whole. And let me be specific. So we were finding or locating laundry contracts specifically. Well, not specifically. We weren't dedicated to any kind of laundry contract. Um, but we found someone who was able to provide laundry service, but because there's certain specifications within the contracts, we had to have a truck and we had to have a lift gate. And I was like, oh my goodness. We kept, calling different people, the pricing was kind of, we didn't think that the pricing was right. And, I've learned that we don't need to focus on the pricing too much, but you live and learn. So, the pricing wasn't right. And I was like, you know what? That was an issue. I need to go buy a truck. So I went and another company that I have called Dr. Diag, which that's actually going to be doing government contracting too. Um, we went and bought a truck, and now we eliminated a problem, but that was a hurdle because like you see so many people and they say, oh, this is an opportunity, that's an opportunity, and then you go and try to go for these opportunities, but then when you look at the details, it's like, oh, you can't do that. Or I don't know someone that can do that. Or, it becomes discouraging. And then you go out on a limb in order to make something work. And then you're still in this predicament where you're like, now that I have this, right, I'm spending money, but I still don't have a contract. I still don't have a contract. So that's really what this is about. Um, I feel that kind of because you're in the retail space, and I keep forgetting, like, Kenneth and I are in the same room. So because you're in the retail space, do you think that there's some possible uh, some worry about going after contracts in this way? Because, of course, you're talking about buying products, right? So we're going to look for products and then we're going to sell them back to the government. So what do you think, may be scary about that?
Well, just trying to find the right contracts, and make sure that they fit, I think would be a concern, and just for me, making sure time, is important too, because of course everyone's has a busy life, and the more that you put into the pot, there's the less that you can only put so much in the pot and to stir it. So I just want to make sure whatever I commit to, that I can give 110%, and do it right. The limitations of, again, time, the limitations of finding the right contracts, that can mesh, and taking the time. So I think time management is probably the most important thing
Mm.
to consider during this, and because you need to make sure, if I'm doing this, I need to make sure I'm committing the time to everything that I'm committing to. So that I'm not letting anything hang. And whether for any team that we're on, whether it's this team or my team for the other, or my home team. So it's all important.
Absolutely. You just made a very valid point. Time, right? And like if you guys look at my screen, that's what Kenneth and I are doing. We're trying to find NAICS codes. So we're still on the hunt because, like I said, we're new to this, right? So we have to develop, you know, we have to get as much NAICS codes on here that fits within our business, or things that we would want to do in order to make sure that we're putting enough information and we're not limiting ourselves. But it's about time. Most of the time, we don't have. Most of the time, we don't have enough time.
Right.
Right. So we talk about, most of the time we're like, there's 24 hours in a day, and we run out of it because we have to sleep. We have personal, personal things that we have to take care of, and even taking care of people in addition to, like, our businesses. So actually time is everything.
Yeah, and
That's
and
we can't see you, Chicago.
speaking to speaking to what Kenneth was saying, I don't want to fly over that because that was a gem. Okay.
Yeah.
This is going to be a gem. In terms of the retail space, you mentioned that you want to make sure what could be scary is not finding the right fit for a contract. Give me the top 5 things you're looking for the retail space that will make a contract the right fit. What should someone be considering?
Um, Whether or not the warehouse space for equipment, whether or not it's office lighting, whether or not so the lighting, I think, is very important. The furniture that might be needed for spaces, whether or not you need even the nice little pretty things that go around the mirrors, the glass. So I mean, all that is something that is something that I have always enjoyed, like on the retail side, going to market, doing the buying, and seeing the tangible products, and knowing what is available out there in the market, but then also being able to acquire some of those items, have it in the store, and know what people like. And of course, everyone is kind of different. But I think having experience in the retail setting, you and being at the market of buying, you kind of see what the trend is. You get to see what is popular or not. So
I get that. And as I'm hearing you talk about this, I can relate as a customer, right? But when you think about the government side of it, it's a lot different because the government is the customer, number one.
Right,
Secondly, 9 times out of 10, they know exactly what they want. They already know the dimensions. They already know the border that they want around the mirror. They know what type of flooring they want. And that's what's so unique is that there's no second guessing. There's no confusion or back and forth. They're going to tell you the measurements, the brands, exactly what they want for you to get. And that's what's so unique.
right.
That is
So
unique.
what about you, Shakara? How are
Oh,
you feeling?
in my pipeline, I have 3 things that I'm working on. And one is I found something for funeral services. The Department of Corrections, they need a funeral service to come and pick up the deceased prisoners, transport them. They need crematory services, burial services. They need you to locate the next of kin, things like that. So I found this really interesting, and I said, I think I can find a sub for this.
Mm,
I think I've found quite a few, and so far, you know, this week I've reached out to one, and they seemed very interested. Okay, and the next is a food produce program for the school system. They just
mm,
need produce. They need a box. They need 1,010 apples. They need 55 pears. Just fresh produce. And I said, where can I get some fresh produce and get it delivered? And so that's one. And then I think the other one I was thinking about was cleaning. It was cleaning like a construction project. And
mm.
those are the 3 I'm thinking about. And the hurdles that I've come across so far would have to be not really knowing how to get the legal side of things. I want to hit it on the head and hit the nail on the head with that. I don't want to just be out here picking what type of contracts I think I need to have, because this is completely new. So I have the templates that I need. Now it's about making sure I do it the legal way. I want to be up to par, and I don't want to be mediocre about it, you know.
Right.
Do you think um do you think like services like Legal Shield would be something that you would look into in order to make sure that um you are, your contracts, you're protecting yourself, because that's
Yeah,
really what it's about.
absolutely. Yes,
That's
and that's a priority for me. I reached out to a couple of places and they're saying I don't make enough money. My business don't make enough money. So I'm like, okay, wait, I must be looking in the wrong places because I do want to make sure I'm picking a attorney or lawyer that is specialized in government contracting. So, but I will take that advice and go on Legal Shield to at least get that. I want to be able to talk to someone sooner than later. So that is definitely on the list. Um,
Wow. I definitely know someone that I can connect you with that can provide those services so that you can feel free. So I'm gonna remember to forward his number. He's awesome.
okay.
That because like I said, I've been networking. Like if you're not networking, you are losing a lot. You're just losing out on a lot. Because the more, you need to know people that do things.
Yeah.
Um, and because you're not gonna know everything. And I don't want to know everything. I don't
Mhm.
want to know everything. I
Yeah.
need some people that know some things that I don't know, so then I don't have to do to know everything. I'm big on that. So definitely. I definitely agree. When you might have to pass over some templates for that, because I heard you say that you got some templates over there. You
Oh yeah,
probably need some templates.
I got you. I got you. And that's another hurdle. I think a lot of new people have is, so I've already defined what this space is, this
Hmm.
Chase channel. It is not we're not experts, right? I've already defined that. So those of you who went and bought courses, like most of us have, we've all invested into ourselves in some shape, fashion, or form, got a coach, joined a group, took a class on GovCon. We've all invested into it, but it's so many sharks in the pool, and you try to do a little bit from here, a little bit from there, and I don't know how far, I've done that before, and it's not paying off. So lately I've been super focused on one thing, and I think that's to my advantage. So those of you who are out there who just need a little bit more clarity, I would just say try to focus in on just one thing at a time. I know you want to do this, this, and that. So do I, but it'd be more advantageous for you to just focus on that one thing. Like I know that I'm going to focus on subcontracting, and I know what industry I'm going to go in. I want to work with departments like the Department of Corrections. I want to work with the school district. So those are the subcategories as far as the agencies that I want to work with. So I'm staying focused on those two. And then the third thing I'm going to do is stay focused on doing exactly what Tiffany is right now. She's researching, she's taking action. You should be doing actionable steps in your business daily to get you to where you need to be. And she's looking up next codes so that she can then take advantage of the optimization tool in sam.gov. And it's just going to feed her specific jobs that according to her next code.
I mean, you know, at first, so I agree with you like 501%. But due to the industry, like this is a small bit, but due to the industry that I'm in, right? So I mentioned that I help people with their, taxes, um, business consultations and all that. Now I'm around other business owners, such as Kenneth here. And because I'm around other business owners, I'm able to have these conversations like, oh, so because listen, when it comes to business, it's all about the money, right? So when they get services from me and or some services that I can offer, they always like, oh, it's about the money, it's about the money, it's about the money. So because it's about the money, it's like, okay, now I'm laser focused on three different fields, but now I just got four because I have people who don't want to be the prime on this contract, right? They don't want to be the prime, but they still want to get the money, right? They have businesses, they're comfortable where their businesses are. They're not complaining about, where their businesses, what they're doing. They're just like, Tiffany, there's a contract out there. Please do all the footwork for me. And then when you find an opportunity, let me know. And then once you let me know, then I can help you execute it. Right. So it it's going to broaden my horizon and I'm excited about it. But it now I'm at the point where my three main focuses, it became four. And Lord willing, getting the contract as soon as possible. Um, Hiring someone to then focus on, even if it's like 2 hours a day. I've been thinking about a VA, a virtual assistant, because I have assistant in house, but I'm thinking about a virtual assistant where that's just what they're doing. They're providing me with that information, and I know that there's like 10 million thousands of services out there who give that. But I'm learning, so maybe I might just decide to go with a service that's going to give me a certain type of contract. Every week or every month or so on and so forth, because even though I'm definitely I definitely agree about laser focusing on something. I don't want to limit myself because I just keep looking at all these different videos and they like Kenneth said, the bag. They get in the bag. And I'm not trying to get rich quick. I just want a bunch of them in the works so that, I can then become more profitable
Yeah,
within the space.
and that's understandable. And I think the main thing is just, getting through the fluff of it all,
Hmm.
focusing on what you really need to focus on. That's just the main thing. Whatever it is you want to put your focus into, just do that until you win a contract. You know,
That's right.
because when you're trying to do so many things, you don't know what's working for you and what's not.
Right.
So what you have to be able to start doing some quality control in your processes. And when you're trying to
You
do
got
something,
digging and planning your own foundation because on any structure you have to have a solid foundation and sometimes you got to dig a little bit more to find out and before that concrete goes in, that foundation's important. So I totally agree with you on that.
yeah.
For sure. I mean, just getting, you need direction in anything that you do. That I
Mhm.
mean, direction is key. There's no way around that. You have to have direction. Um and just keep doing it. Keep doing it, right? And just keep doing it.
So I see one way that you're continually learn. I see that you're first of all practicing. Because if you're not in sam.gov every day, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
If you're not looking on you know, if you're not researching spending trends, what are you doing? If you're not looking at possible um primes that you can get beneath, what are you doing? So I love what you're doing as far as learning how to continue in your journey. Some things that I'm doing is, I'm starting a business from scratch. So my action plan this week was to reach out to the subs and send them over the request for a bid and um, get my website and email together. So email's done. Got to get the website complete. Um, and post this first video on our Chase GovCon channel. So that's, I think, breaking it down will do a world of good for us all and
For
having
sure.
something specific that needs to be done in the day so that you can know what has to be done in the week
For
and so
sure.
that you can make progress in getting to what? The
The
bag.
bat.
Right.
The bat. Oh, Kenneth, that was your cue. Like, get into the bag. Um, I mean, absolutely. You know, getting organized. I mean, that's everything, right? You can't do anything without being organized, right? And and restructuring, right? So what I've been what I've been doing is um I'm not into social media as much as I should be or could be. I'm not there, but I like to listen to music, especially throughout the day. All of a sudden, I'm listening to music. Um, it just is what it is, right? But instead of me listening to music, I'm gonna go on YouTube University, and because I know you're doing something, Shakara, and then Kenneth is doing something, and I still need to have that motivation. I still need to keep reminding myself like this is, I'm doing things. Um, you know, uh, I need to still be able to Um, I still need to be able to make myself motivated and allow me to understand that I don't know this stuff, right? So when I put on something from YouTube, I'm just listening. I'm listening to either someone who has a contract, of course. So first of all, I'm only going to listen to people who have contracts. Okay. If you have one contract, congratulations, I get it. But no, I need people that I can actually see that has contracts. And YouTube University, there's people here that's just talking about, how they got their first contract, um, um, not allowing this unknown and fear, right, to stop them from doing what can be done. Actually, I love the fact that listening to it because it's motivating because they're just like, yo, this can be done. This can be done. This can be done. Stop getting out of my own head and hearing someone say, "Oh, I got a contract in 30 days," or "I got a contract in 4 hours," or "I got a contract." Like, all right, keep speaking that energy into me, keep giving me that. So just changing my whole way of doing things on a daily basis instead of me going to limiting my social media that I really don't do as much to 10 minutes, or well, to 20 minutes. And then anytime I have free space, or I'm not doing something like this, or I'm not with a client, or if I'm not needing to concentrate, just putting on YouTube and getting some more information in order to keep me motivated, keep me grounded, and get this started. Because if you don't do it, if you don't change something that you're doing, it's never going to get accomplished.
Yeah. And just start. Just
Just start.
start
Start.
and keep going. Don't be like a lawnmower. You start, it's going good. You press down, you press down and go ahead and go, but then you let go of the lawnmower, it stop.
For sure.
You just gotta keep the pedal to the metal,
Listen,
ultimately. And that's the hardest part.
not to get discouraged, right? Because that's what they keep. That's what I'm hearing a lot of people say. Like, don't get discouraged. You're not going to get. Some people get the first contract, but that doesn't mean that's going to be you, right? And okay, great. Just keep doing it. Keep applying, keep applying, and then because you're just learning from it, it's just it's gonna happen. That's what I like to hear. It's gonna happen. It's all
Right.
right. It's gonna happen. Be patient. It's gonna happen.
So, Kenneth, how are you learning? How are you learning from other than what we're doing right now? What are some other things you do?
Well, for one, just being open to listen, to take a chance. So it all takes taking a chance and sometimes getting a little push to take that leap in yourself and to just explore the possibilities that's out there. So I think that's very important and I don't know. I think that the opportunities are there. I think just trying to understand the website, to kind of play with the website and just familiarize yourself and don't be afraid to click on something because if you don't click, you're not going to see. So, and the good thing is with the website, you can't kill it, you can't control it, and you can't take it down. But by clicking on it, you can explore and find out potentially simpler ways of using the site. Whether or not on the search, on the drop down boxes, it's all they put it on the site for us to use to take and now it's up for us to take advantage to get to know, feel comfortable with the site, and then in time the process goes so much quicker because that comfort level's there. So it's all about getting comfortable
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. And the government, they're as transparent as can be when they need something.
It
You know,
really is, yes.
they'll
When
tell
they
you
want,
everything you
when they
need.
want something, when they want something, they do not sugarcoat it at all.
Exactly.
That's
You
one
will
thing they don't do.
on that website, and your decisions are really easy because they're telling you what you can bid on and what you can't and how to do it. So either you look at this laundry maintenance services and you say, is this something in here stopping me from bidding on this? Is there an
Mm-hmm.
obstacle? Is it going to be a nightmare? Nope, look easy peasy to me, and go ahead and put it in your funnel.
Right. And try. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's all you could do. Literally, that's all you can truly do is try, and then it's gonna work. I've been hearing stories where people don't even try and they get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, hello, if you're not even trying and you're second guessing yourself and you're like, nah, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna do it anyway, and then get it. I could do that.
Right.
I could definitely do that.
And
Right? Fake it till you make it.
let me take this moment to say if you're watching this, and let us know in the comments, what are some of your hurdles right now? Is it something we mentioned in this video that you have a question about? Because we're all at different places in our journey right now. So if you're setting up your business and you have a question, just throw it in there. Somebody can answer it, I'm sure. Throw it in the comment section. And I'm curious to know what your goals for the upcoming week is. So for me, my goal is to have all of my subcontractors reached out to, have their requests for bids sent out and emailed to them, and they have a deadline for May 23rd to get them back to me. So I'm requesting bids from 6 funeral homes, and I would like to get the, some stuff you can't control, but in my dream situation, they would give them back to me by the 23rd, and then I could work the numbers and put my services on there and go ahead and pick the final, subs.
Okay. I mean that's dope, right?
Website should
Um,
be done by the end of this week.
see, so during my journey of listening a whole lot, I've been doing a lot of listening. Most of the time I used to do a lot of talking, but I have not. I've been doing a lot of listening. And within my listening process, they were talking about vetting these subcontractors, right? So if you go ahead and there's a subcontractor and they don't produce when you need them to produce, then you got to keep it moving, right? So if you say I need this information within a certain amount of time, a week, or even listen, I'm not even gonna lie to you. But the other group that I started, I literally was like, listen, I need a quote. I need it by the end of the day. This contract is getting ready to, and it was always about a truck. It's always truck is the problem. Um, um, you know, I need it by the end of the day. Can you do that? And if they couldn't, then I had to go. I had to move on because I can't wait. Now I know that in my journey, they're also saying, Tiffany, well, they're not speaking to me. I'm always thinking somebody's speaking to me. But in the journey, or you also have to understand that people have things going on, so on and so forth. But time is money. And one and another thing, time waits for no man. And and I know that I'm supposed to do it like within like look for a contract that's within a week. But if I see a contract that's due tomorrow and I know I can do it, or I know of someone that can do it, and I'm calling these companies that I have built relationships and rapport with, and one company is not answering, I'm gonna go with the company that answers. I mean, it only makes sense. It is nothing personal because business is not personal, right? You just have to be able to communicate with whomever you're working with, and that's the only time business can't work. If there's no communication, business can't work. So if that person is not a good communicator, right? Then regardless of any feelings or anything on that level, you're gonna have to move forward. You just gonna have to move forward. There's nothing that can be done about that. Regardless if there's a time limit. Um, because I mean, to be honest with you, if I contact someone and they said, and I tell them, I give them a time frame when they're gonna submit the bid to me, even if they have a high quote, there's no way that I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna go with the person who actually gives me the information. And they might be the highest, they might have the highest quote, but it's really not about that.
It's
It's
not, because you might
who's
have
gonna
to work with
perform.
that person for a 3-year term, 5-year term. No way.
Listen,
But it's also a connection, and you build up a new relationship. So that can continue and grow. So I think that's important. And my goal is to try to play with the system this week, and to try to get a better understanding of the system, and just go in there and try for at least one. Initially, I said one, but maybe even 2 contracts, just just to get the experience, get your foot wet, and you just try it. So again, if I just sit back and like, oh wait, I'm not ready. Sometimes you just gotta jump, and you gotta try it, and you learn along the way.
that's right. That's right. Because if you're not ready, you just gotta get ready.
Yeah. You'll learn the process one way or the other, and you might fall on one, but you know what? It's a learning process. You gotta get back up and you gotta try again, because there's other opportunities.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think this was a great meeting of the minds. I think that this was great for our first video and live, session. We're actually working. So we invite everyone to comment and let us know what you want to see from people who are out here chasing the government contracts. I personally enjoy watching people putting things in action, and sometimes you need that extra motivation. Maybe we can hop on here and do a live research session, So, that's one tier in the bucket that's checked off the list. You spent 30 minutes with us doing some research and adding to your business. So, thanks for joining us. Please like the video. Please hit the notification bell that you can be notified when we're in the building. Okay. So thanks for watching. You want to say anything, Tiffany?
Listen, you can do it. You can do it. I just keep that like that's all I have to say. Every single day, do something. Take that time out for an hour, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Stop listening. Listen, Bridgerton's is on Netflix. I'm dying right now. I want to turn that on. But Bridgerton is not gonna give me the bag.
That
They got the
the new
oh yes, yes,
oh my
yes,
word.
yes, yes. Don't look at it.
I'm
Don't.
not right now. If I
The
hit
only
my goal, if I hit my goal next week, well, when I hit my goal next week,
when
watch it.
when well yeah, you're right. You definitely have to treat yourself. But yeah, that's just what it is. It's like this. Give me the money. Give me the money. So
And
yeah,
that's and if we didn't mention, neither of us have government contracts.
nope,
So
not
this is
yet.
definitely a chase. Okay. This is definitely a chase, and I'm ready to win.
It's a learning experience, but we're taking the chance. We're building the foundation today. This is the foundation we're building. This is the footers, and we're taking the chance. And for those that stayed on and listened to us, thanks for taking the time, and let's build this together.
That's right.
Jump on for the ride.
That's right. Hey, get on it.
And on that note, let's chase the bag.
There you go.
Be out of here.
All right.